Hello, my name is Imogen Caterer and I'm the organiser of New Hope Gloucester, and we decided to just put on like a bit of a book club where we read a book and then kind of have a meeting where we discuss it. And I'm going to give you quite a lot of time to read it, don't worry, but I thought I'd interest you in the book. Now it's called The Relationship Handbook. It's by a chap named George Pransky. It's available in all good bookshops. It's, as it were, via ordering normally. It's available on Amazon. And quite quickly, it's available on Kindle. So, very easy obtained. And of course, Kindle can run on an ordinary PC computer if you like, or a Mac. There's downloadable software for it. So, here's the book. Now, Relationship Handbook talks mainly about marriages, but everything it talks about is applicable to all human relationships, in fact. Plus there's an underlying message that can help with all sorts of things, help with depression. Gosh, it's difficult to think of things where relationships aren't relevant, but well, possibly even physical health it could help, stress, certainly, a great range of things. So I'm just here and I'm not married, just to give you a taste of this book and the sort of things that I've gained from it. So let's have a look. What's coming out here is this chapter called Dissatisfaction and Mental Illness. Well, a lot of them, including myself, for some time kind of kept a list of things that weren't right, things that weren't right with me perhaps, but things that weren't right in a situation. You know, you can go to an evening out and, you know, kind of enjoy the evening, but then go, there should be more people here. We must expand the group we're in or whatever so that there are more people here. I used to do this a bit with New Hope. I thought it should be bigger. But it gets in the way of enjoying the evening. And we have a big thing in the West, you know, I'll feel better when I have the pay rise. And we're never really enjoying the moment that we're in. So that was one of the things that woke me up to. There's a lovely piece in here about a couple who can't decide whether to have children or not. One of them wants children and the other one doesn't. And now that seems to be the intractable problem. And it doesn't go all the way to solving the problem in this book, but it tells of a story of that happening, where the tension between that couple, which had built up, dissipated. Now, how do you do that? Well, this may be one of the secrets of why this book has been known to disappear problems. If you just enjoy life together, thought moves on, and things that seem like an intractable problem that you were fighting out between you just disappear. You forget them, essentially. There's no technique to that. That's just the way thought goes. If you change your mind over time about things, gradually glided into a new perspective, you've done that thousands of times in your life. Some interesting stuff about intimacy. We can all experience intimacy, whether we're married or not, or even not in a formal relationship. Have you ever experienced sitting next to somebody and their thinking has been buzzing away and you just know that they're not really there? Well, intimacy is kind of the opposite of that. Letting that drop. Just being with somebody. There's a warning here about some of the problems. You go and fight them and fight them and fight them and go over and over and over them. And the field of that relationship kind of drops. And that can be at work relationships, that can be all things, everything I've said can be applied to a range of things. And so you can get more and more obsessed with a problem and more focused in, and eventually it gets more and more difficult was actually, if you step back and get a perspective, that whole problem seems a lot smaller. And then may move on entirely. So that is just a taste of the Relationship Handbook. This is the book that started changing coaching, because one of the top international coaches got hold of this while he was having his annual round with his wife or whatever, and then seemed to forget about the row. And he was used to working hard and doing techniques, and he wondered how it just disappeared. That man was Michael Neal. After several years of investigating this, he dedicated his whole thing to talking about the underlying stuff that's in this group and in this book. And the underlying stuff that's in this book is what we talk about at New Hope Gloucester. So I hope you enjoy us in reading this. If you don't read all of it before the meeting, then that's okay. You can still come to the meeting, but you're kind of depriving yourself, maybe. So there's that. All come to another New Hope Gloucester meeting. We will be delighted to have you. Thanks so much for listening, and goodbye.